Random cars were in the poorly maintained parking lots. Most were rusted down and missing vital components required for basic operation. Others, however, were not as bad in appearance, but they still looked to be inoperable nonetheless. I didn't see one single person from the time we passed the first restaurant until we passed the dilapidated "Thanks for visiting Rowena, come back sometime" sign. Okay, you all help me look for Ellis Lane. It should be on up another mile or two and on the right side of the road, Jeff rambled quickly, drumming his fingers frantically on the steering wheel. The farther we traveled, leaving out of this poor town, the fewer buildings we saw. Dark clouds were filling the sky, changing day into night at 1 p.m. that day. Jeff turned on the headlights and the road seemed to narrow in the darkness. Trees began taking on the shapes of claws and wild-looking creatures in the contrast of light and shadows. "There it is," Jessica mumbled, in a barely audible whisper. Ellis Lane was painted on the green sign that twisted and waved, as if beckoning us to turn onto the grim single-lane gravel road. Jeff slowed the old car to a weak crawl as it dipped and bobbed along the gnarly path. "Archie, where are you guys taking us? If we get stuck out here, I'm so not getting out to push this car," Aaron spoke nervously. "Should I tell them, Jeff, or do you want to?" I chuckled. "Maybe we shouldn't say anything. Waiting until the last minute might have a better effect. I don't know, do you want to tell them now?" Jeff replied in a peculiar tone. "Yeah, I guess waiting would be better," I agreed nervously. Knowing the story, an odd story lacking any fine details, had me a bit nauseous as we inched closer and closer to our destination. The wind had all the trees swaying back and forth, ready to reach out and snatch the old car at any second with each strong gust. Limbs mimicking claws of a cat darted low, far down toward us, then violently snapped back, unsure how dangerous we were. Long, thick vines scattered about them were whisked around in the wind like giant whips. "Whoa! I do not remember the article saying anything about this!" Jeff shouted hysterically. "Back up, doofus! There is no way this car is going through that mud hole," Jessica growled loudly. "Is this the end of the road?" Aaron questioned. "No, they didn't! The map didn't show this either," I declared, turning my attention to the large pool of water in the road. "Maybe it isn't that deep. I'm thinking we can make it," Jeff rambled, weighing the chances of a successful transition from this side to the other. "I guess it could have rained here earlier and caused this section of road to be flooded. This road has been pretty solid with gravel so far." "I don't know, man. The call is yours, Jeff. The car is yours after all," I theorized. To be continued. And part 2.